finger down if you started dating a guy who was slightly older and had 2 kids from a prior marriage with his ex-wife who was batshit fucking crazy. But you didn't know she was batshit crazy until you guys started dating and she started sending texts to him that she hated you and wanted to kick your ass, and then got your number and started telling you that you were a gold digger and a whore. And so you blocked her, and she continued to talk shit to other people, but you decided to be the bigger person and not say anything. And then one day she came into the house looking for the kids' backpacks, and you thought, oh, this would be a good time to maybe extend an olive branch. And so you got up and tried to help find the backpacks, and she told you in front of both kids to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up in her house. So you did, to not make the situation worse. And then eventually she started messaging your family on Facebook, and you decided it was time to say something. So you decided to wait until the next time that you were around for the pickup of the kids. So you get to her house with your boyfriend there, and you wait for the kids to get in the car, and you get out and shut the door so that the kids won't hear you berating their mother. And you just say, respectfully, you can say all you want about me or to me, but please don't ever message a member of my family again. You're officially crossing a line that I'm not comfortable with. And she responded by rushing across the lawn and grabbing you by the throat and throwing you up against the car and started to punch your face. And you have never been in a fight at this point. So you start like hitting back, but you're in shock. So all it really does is escalate the situation. And she happened to know from stalking your social media that a couple years prior you had had a really bad snowboarding accident. And in that you had a 5th grade concussion, a really bad head injury. And so you can't suffer any more head injuries because it could be fatal. So she escalates and tackles you to the ground and grabs your hair and starts to try to bash your head against the pavement. And then as she's getting pulled off of you by her ex-husband and her new man who happened to be present, you kick her underneath the chin so she's bleeding from her throat all the way up to her face. And then you get put in the car and you go straight to the hospital because you're worried that you might be bleeding in your brain. And your boyfriend drops you off because you're like, just take the kids home. This is all very traumatic. You're in the hospital and they are like, okay, yeah, we're going to see you. And they put you in a room in the back and you're waiting for the doctor. And then your phone starts blowing up and it's your boyfriend. And he's telling you that you need to get to the police station right now. And that is more important than your health because the ex-wife is filing a report that you attacked her and that she wants you arrested and charged with assault. So you, in your concussed state, decide that this is a great idea and you're going to sneak out of the hospital and go to the police station. And you get to the police station and you give your statement and they decide there's too much of a he said, she said to press charges on anyone. And you get really depressed about it and you go to the DA and you take a lie detector test that you pay for yourself to try to press assault charges so you can get a restraining order. And no one in law enforcement takes you seriously. Like the Justice Department is like, we don't feel like we can win this, so no. Despite the fact that her story has changed multiple times and yours has stayed consistent. But you were raised by attorneys. So after the anxiety and depression lifts a little bit, you get some clarity and realize, I think if I dig a little here, I could probably get a restraining order through an advocacy group. So you go to a domestic help advocacy group in your city and you take screenshots of all of the threatening text messages she sent to you and to your boyfriend and to your family members. And you even find an email chain for the school PTA that she did not realize your boyfriend was still on, where she's telling all the other moms what a gold digging whore you are and how she can't wait to kick the shit out of you the first chance she gets and how she has dreams about murdering you. And you take those to the advocacy group and you show them pictures of your bruised and cut up face. And they take you to the judge instead of the DA. And the judge takes advocacy groups really seriously because they know they are truly advocating for people that the justice system is maybe failing just due to the way that it's structured. And you manage to get a restraining order. And a few months later, the ex-wife violates it by waiting outside of a spa that you're in and yelling at you in the parking lot. But your spidey senses go off because you're pretty sure you saw her car. So you have your camera running just in case. And you get her thrown in jail and she never bothers you again.